So if you look at one of the most comprehensive studies we have on this from the Pew Research Center, the most common pairing for new marriages was between white and Hispanic partners. That made up over 43%. After that, you've got white-Asian pairings and then white-black pairings.
But that's just the big picture. When you start to zoom in, you realize the story isn't quite the same for everyone. The patterns look really different when you break them down by race and by gender.
For example, that same data showed that 24% of newly married black men were marrying someone of a different race. But for newly married black women, that figure was way down at just 9%. I mean, that is a huge difference.
And then, get this, for Asian Americans, the pattern completely flips, and it's even stronger. 36% of newly married Asian women married outside their race, compared to just 17% of newly married Asian men.
So, beyond who is marrying whom, researchers have started asking another, much more sensitive question. How stable are these unions?
Right, the big question. What does the research say about divorce rates? And the answers? Well, they're complicated and honestly, pretty surprising.
So, one thing that multiple academic studies have found is that marriages between white women and black men seem to face more challenges. The research shows that this pairing has a divorce rate that's roughly double that of marriages between two white partners.
But, and this is where it gets really interesting, the exact opposite seems to be true for marriages between black women and white men. The same research shows they're actually 44% less likely to end in divorce compared to white couples.
So what on earth is going on here? Why are the outcomes so different? Well, researchers exploring this have found that the answers might not lie within the marriage itself, but in the world outside of it.
Some studies suggest that the higher divorce risk for certain couples could be linked to external societal pressures. We're talking about things like getting less support from your family and friends, or the constant added stress that comes from dealing with public discrimination. Even things as painful as having in-laws who feel a partner is unqualified to raise mixed-race children. All of that can really take a toll.
So when you step back, the story of interracial marriage in America is one of incredible transformation. I mean, to go from being outlawed to being overwhelmingly accepted is a clear victory for civil rights. But as the data shows, it's also a complex, evolving story with a lot of nuances we're still trying to understand.
And that leaves us with a final big question for the future. As interracial unions become even more common and the country continues to get more mixed, how will our very ideas of race, family, and identity change in the years to come? It's a question that today's trends are shaping as we speak.